Hey everyone, we got some huge news for Tesla stock investors in this video. Tesla reported its fourth quarter production and delivery numbers. So in this video, we're going to look into detail into those numbers, compare them with last year's numbers and the last several years, give a little forecast for the year ahead, and talk about what this could mean for Tesla stock investors. So let's jump right into it.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.
So Tesla reporting total production of 494,989 vehicles in the fourth quarter of 2023, with deliveries of 484,507. For all of 2023, Tesla delivered 38% growth to reach 1.8 million vehicles, while production grew 35% to reach 1.85 million. Now, while this is lower than the longer term target for Tesla, which is to grow production and deliveries at roughly 50% over the long run, it was still an impressive finish to the year. In fact, one of the more impressive facts of the fourth quarter for Tesla was that it didn't include too many price cuts, right? There were a few, but the bulk of Tesla's price cutting came in the first 2 quarters of the year, the first 2 or 3 quarters of the year. And when I was talking about the fourth quarter, I wasn't skeptical of Tesla reaching its fourth quarter delivery target, which was for 1.8 million for the year. But what I was more curious about was if Tesla could reach that target without more price cuts. And in fact, it did. And so that was impressive for Tesla to finish out the year in what was a difficult year for Tesla. The company had to slash prices several times to reach its production goal, but nevertheless, it hit the target of 1.8 million. Now, looking ahead for 2024, analyst estimates suggest that Tesla will produce 2.3 million vehicles in 2024. Tesla has not confirmed that. This is just the consensus estimate from analysts that are following Tesla stock. Now, if we were to compare the fourth quarter delivery and production numbers with the previous fourth quarter, you can see fourth quarter 2022, Tesla's total production came in at 439,700. So when you look at 494,900 compared to 439,700, you have growth of roughly 15% there. Not too much growth from Q4 to Q4 in terms of delivery numbers, less than 60,000 unit growth, roughly 15% growth year over year in the fourth quarter for Tesla. Deliveries were better, 405,000 vehicles delivered in the fourth quarter of 2022 compared to 484,000 vehicles delivered in the fourth quarter of 2023. In fact, remember last year there was some concern from investors because there was a bigger gap between production and deliveries. Excuse me. You see 439,700 production and only 405,000 delivered. And that's when you really started to hear the concerns about demand for Tesla's vehicles because there was that gap creating between production and deliveries. And that's when all the price cutting started. And so this year, fourth quarter, not much of a gap there, just 10,000 units between production and deliveries, which means that Tesla is selling a good portion of the cars that it's making. That's always a good sign. That was good to see from the perspective of Tesla stock investors. 2023 was an interesting one for Tesla's stock price. It increased from about $120 per share all the way up to about $250 per share with a few big dips in between. I say surprising because the year wasn't an excellent year in terms of performance, right? Earnings per share were struggling. Production numbers needed to be supported by price cuts. Competition was soaring. Interest rates were rising. Macroeconomic factors were against Tesla. Still, despite all those force majeure, as Elon Musk likes to say, despite all those, the stock price performed well. So that bodes well for Tesla heading into 2024 if the performance, the fundamental performance, production, delivery, profits, cash flow, if those go better in 2024 than they did in 2023, that could really boost Tesla's stock price. Although I don't know how much room there is for Tesla's stock price to grow, given that Tesla's stock is trading at a forward price to earnings of 62.38, which is already considerably more expensive than any other car companies. But remember, Tesla's not just a car company. It has the energy segment. It has technology. It's developing driverless car technology. It's developing AI solutions. And so all of that incorporated is bringing you this valuation that is elevated. But Tesla, in my opinion, deserves a premium valuation over other car makers because it's a premium car maker. It's got best-in-class profitability. It's got best-in-class technology. So it deserves a premium over other car companies. Now, it's hard for me to say whether the current premium it has over other car companies is justified, if it's too much, if it's too little. That's hard to say, but I know that Tesla is better than most other car companies, so it deserves to be a little bit more expensive than other car companies. Now, if you missed it, I did a video with my 2024 price target for Tesla stock, and I used assumptions and estimates to make those targets. And if everything stays the same, the base case scenario, according to a forward PE valuation, was for Tesla stock price to reach $310.70 in 2024 by the end of 2024. If all of the estimates and assumptions that we made in that video was to actually come true in 2024. Now, some Tesla stock investors might say that's too low. Some might say that's too high, but that's just the estimates and the assumptions that I used to come up with that valuation. As you can see, I did several different scenarios that could change the valuation lower if Tesla's performance in 2024 is actually worse than expected. But if it's better than expected, then the valuation could be even higher than that. So to wrap things up, Tesla reporting fourth quarter production and delivery numbers of 494,989 and 484,507. The key thing, the important thing, and the impressive thing from this fourth quarter for Tesla was that it was able to achieve this without massive price cutting in the fourth quarter. That was a big concern from investors. Investors can rest assured that Tesla achieved its target for the year, with most of the price cutting coming in the first and second quarter, suggesting that 2024 could be a better year, absent of price cuts and an increase in production. Remember, the estimate for 2024 is for 2.3 million vehicles for Tesla to produce. Did you know that over 90% of the people that watch my channel are not subscribed? It'll really help support my channel if you hit that subscribe button. And oh, by the way, one of the benefits of being subscribed is that I take requests from subscribers more often than I do from non-subscribers. So if you prefer that benefit, please subscribe to the channel.